So, today I am reviewing the newest album from Brandy. It's titled B7. It's the seventh album from Brandy. The album was actually named by the fans who had hashtagged B7 in regards to this being Brandy's seventh album. So the fans won on that accord. Um, so basically, I was fortunate enough to listen to the album during the listening party that Brandy held Thursday night, shortly before the album's release. And upon first listen, I couldn't really decipher what Brandy was singing. Like it sounded really muffled to me. I was like straining to hear. Like, damn, I'm cutting my TV up and shit. So, I listened to the album in full. While the listening party went on, and viewers called in and expressed their opinions, and Brandy got to respond and talk a little bit about the process. So on first listen, I was a little like, I wasn't like disappointed, but I was like, I need to just listen to it in my earphones, and I can really get a feel for how I'm going to feel. So once the album came out, I was able to give the album a listen. I listened to the album 3 times, front to back, so I could really get an honest opinion on the album. So what I will say is I feel like the album's first half is definitely a lot stronger than the second half of the album. I feel like, so I'm not particularly going in order here, but I feel like the second half of the album, there are a few songs that are filler, but they're good filler. But I feel like if they weren't on there, I wouldn't miss them. So the song High Heels is a duet between Brandy and her daughter, and it was a song that Brandy talked about numerous times in numerous interviews. And it's a cute song, it's really fun. Brandy does a little rap in it, and then after that song is followed by that is Baby Mama. And listening to the album in full, Baby Mama fits in because when everyone first heard Baby Mama, it was a mixed response to the song, and people really were unsure of how the album would sound. And listening to Baby Mama now on this album, I can see why it was picked as the first single, because really it doesn't sound like anything else on the album. It does stand out, despite how someone may feel about the song. And then I think like Love Again, I never really cared for Love Again, to really be honest with you, when it was out. I love my Brandy, but it was never like my favorite song or favorite collaboration. But it fits on this album though, and I have given it a couple more listens. Obviously, I Am More. I think it's a really great song. Bipolar is a really great song. This is one of the song titles that stood out to me originally, because when the track listing was unveiled, Bipolar is one of the second song titles that caught my attention. The first being Unconditional Oceans, because I was like, well, what do these songs mean? What are these songs about? Because when I saw Bipolar, I'm thinking like, does Brandy have something she want to tell us? Like, is Brandy bipolar? But she later said in the interviews that the song is like a metaphor for the bipolar disorder, like comparing it to a relationship basically. And it's probably one of the highlights, I would say. And going back to the top half of the album, so Saving All My Love, which is a homage to Whitney Houston, who had a song of the same name. The intro was magnificent, but like I said, it just took me a minute to understand what Brandy was saying. So luckily, I was able to get on Genius.com and find the lyrics to the song so I could understand what she was saying. It's a really good song. Unconditional Oceans, I like it. I do feel like it's listening to that, and then listening to the album as a whole, it is very cohesive, and it puts me in the mindset of Full Moon in terms of the overall vibe of the album. Rather Be obviously was a song that was released before the album came out, and it's one of the highlights. A lot of people like that. Trying to think what other song. shit, Lucid Dreams. I didn't like that. We have the interludes, the All My Lives Part 1, Part 2, and 3 dominate the album. So I just feel like the album is cohesive, definitely. You know, it was definitely an album. I know Brandy said in interviews she wasn't trying to make a hit single or, you know, think commercially, you know. So if I had to rate the album, I'm going to give it maybe a 9.5 out of 10, okay? Originally I was going to say 9, but I said, you know, Brandy, my girl, I'm going to give her a 9.5. You know, I know she worked her ass off on this album, and, you know, I know it took her a while to put it out and stuff, because this is the longest break that Brandy has had between albums, like 8 years. I think before it was like 4 years. So this was a long time. But, you know, I can tell that Brandy wrote a lot of the lyrics too, because a lot of the song lyrics are very poetic. So I can kind of tell where she wrote the songs. And the song structures are not like your typical song structures. There's some songs have 4 verses. Some songs are only 2 verses. It's not your typical song structures, but you know, we're seeing a lot of differences in R&B now anyway with song structure. You know, songs are 2 minutes long, 1 minute long. You know, it's just really different nowadays. But you know, for someone who's been in the game for 26 years, you know, album wise, you know, Brandy definitely done a good job in my opinion. So if you haven't listened to the album, you know, go ahead and stream it, download it, you know, or whatever, and you know, you can form your own opinion, but this is my opinion. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, like it. You can subscribe to me, and maybe, hopefully, I'll bring you more content like this. Okay? Thank you. Bye.